tell you every detail. It'll go on for like an hour. But I will do my best, and there's parts where I don't remember, but I'll try to explain it accurately as possible.
Okay.
So the dream started out, I was walking with like a space, it was me, and in the sky it was really dark, there was clouds everywhere, it was a cloudy day, and there was like the one specific cloud that was darker than the rest, and the plane was kind of like heading in that direction. The clouds were moving pretty quickly, and we were walking inside the airport to the gate, and I looked up and I pointed out to the plane. I said, like, something's off about that plane. And she was like, what do you mean? And as I said that, the right side wing of the plane, where the engine is, like, caught fire. It caught fire and it started smoking. And next thing you knew, the plane blew up. Like, it just completely blew up. And I screamed at the people in front of me. I said, hey, call somebody, get help. The plane just blew up, and everyone just kind of stared at me, and they didn't know what to do. Nobody reacted. I kept on walking, and I started to run like towards inside the airport, and I grabbed my hand, and we started running into the airport, and then that's where the dream went black, and then I somehow in the dream got onto the roof of the airport. That's what the next thing I remember. And on the roof of the airport, it was like open. I was on the roof of it for whatever reason. I have no idea, but still with me. And I had my dogs. I had Harley and Rooster. Both dogs were with me. And I know at this point I don't know where our suitcases went. The sky was still cloudy. There's still that dark cloud, and everyone's kind of panicking and running around. The next thing you know, out of thin air, UFOs and like these giant robot like machines
like
started falling from, like Transformers, yeah, exactly like a Transformer. But I knew in the dream that it was an alien. There wasn't no, how like in the Transformers movies, there's auto.
Yeah, like.
And Decepticons or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Like AI type, or.
Well, I felt like there was something behind controlling the machine.
Okay.
Like an alien. Mm-hmm. That's what I felt in the dream. I felt that it was evil. It was definitely an evil, because they were killing everybody. They came out of thin air from the UFO, hit the ground, and immediately just started slaughtering and killing everybody, like brutally, with guns, with like the things they had on their machines. It was like knives. They were stomping on people, bashing their heads in, just like a brutal dream. And we took off down the stairs. We got to the bottom of the airport, and we rushed out the front. As I walked out of the front of the airport, I saw a black Escalade, and then I saw Dad standing next to the Escalade, and he opened the door and said, "Get in, we have to go." And I was like, "No, I'm not leaving yet." And he asked me why. I said, "Because I need to get my car. I need to make sure everyone's okay." And as I said that, like Harley and Rooster took off in opposite directions. Harley ran one way and Rooster ran the other for whatever reason, because they don't just up and leave. They stay right next to us at all times. They ran in opposite directions. I looked behind me, and then I saw, and I don't know if they had a vehicle or not, but they looked at me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "We're getting attacked. We need to do something." And she was like, "Hey, can you go grab the car?" She ran off and grabbed the car, and she pulled up as fast as she could. And I called one last time for the dogs to see if they would come. Well, as I called for them, I said Harley and Rooster, like really loudly, and they both came from the same spot. But this time, they were injured. Harley had a bite out of her ear. She had a bite out of her ear, and her leg, her front, right paw was broken, but she was limping to the car. And Rooster was pretty roughed up. He definitely had a broken back left leg, and he had, for whatever reason, in the dream, I knew that they were really hurt. And on his right dew claw, up to his chest was completely ripped off. You could see like flesh and bone and muscle, just distorted. They were whimpering. I got him into the car. I picked him up and I put him in the car. And I looked at Dad, and I looked at everybody else. I was like, we have to go. we need to go find Mom, we need to go get Dylan, we need to get out of here right now. And so we got in the car, I told him to follow me, and we drove away. And that's really all I remember. I didn't see any like actual alien figures or fallen angel figures or demons. The only thing that I really could get a good look at were these robot, Decepticon, Transformer looking beings, but they were machines and they were killing everybody
brutally. Like
anyone and everybody they could find, they were killing.
Wow. And you said the day was it was daytime, but it was really dark outside.
Yeah, and the weirdest part, I think, was when the initial part of the dream, when I pointed out the plane was heading in a direction right towards the darkest cloud that I've ever seen.
Oh my. Wow. Like the cloud was like the darkest cloud you've ever seen ever?
Yeah, the cloud almost looked like a portal. In all reality, it kind of looked like a portal to where these UFOs and robot beings were coming from.
Oh my goodness.
So,
wow. Is there anything else you remember?
I knew I had jeans on. I had a black T-shirt on. I had my boots on. It was almost like we were going somewhere. Like we all traveled as a family to go somewhere.
To like safety.
But the thing was that it was weird to me because you weren't there, and I don't have a lot of dreams like ever. This is a pretty rare dream, and especially it was so vivid. And I think the weirdest part about it was I didn't go to sleep late. I went to bed at a normal time. The weirdest thing to me was that when I woke up, it was 1 o'clock.
So it was like you were really there.
It felt real. It felt
like instead of a dream, more like you were taken to a place and time that this was happening.
Yeah, and I couldn't. And like the thing is that when you know you're dreaming, but this wasn't one of those times. Like I actually thought that what was happening, what was really happening. So I did everything that I could to stay safe and try to get everyone out of there. But like in all reality, like I couldn't. There was too many people were dying. I couldn't do anything. I just knew I had to leave. Wow. Another weird thing about it was my phone was on loud. Like I always keep it on loud just in case for an emergency call. I never turn my phone on silent. It was 1 o'clock, and it's a Sunday, so it was last night. And usually, if I get a text message, I'll wake up. It FaceTime me like 6 times and text me like 4 times. And when I woke up being like, "Yo, are you all right?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, she said, "Your wife has been calling you for the past, 4 hours, making sure you're alive." So, it was just, I was in such a deep sleep that I didn't even hear an alarm that was blaring in my ear, for hours.
Wow.
And I don't even remember falling asleep. I went to sleep at midnight or like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I slept for 12 hours. I mean, that's just not normal for me.
Right. Wow.
And then, I woke up just in such like a daze. Like I thought, I woke up thinking that what actually happened for like the first 5 seconds I woke up in like a panic. Like, where's my wife? Like, is everyone okay?
Yeah.
I woke up in like a panic. So when he woke me up, he woke me up and he was like, "Hey man, are you okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "What's going on? Like, what happened?" I'm like, "Dude, I just had a crazy dream. I thought it was real." And I was like, "Is anything crazy happened today?" And he looked at me. He's like, "No. Like, what are you talking about?"
Wow.
So,
wow.
It was just a really, I would say, the most vivid dream that I've ever had. And I don't have dreams. Like the last dream I had was about 2 years ago, and that was the dream about when I was on the airplane.
Oh yeah. What was that dream about? You looked out the window.
Yeah, I looked out the window and I saw it was an angel. I knew that in the dream it was an angel, and I was looking out the window of an airplane, and in the sky this angel was looking down with like a shield and a sword with armor on, and he was looking down over the earth, basically.
Like he was a huge angel, right? You said he was huge.
Yeah, he was bigger than anything I've ever seen as far as a human figure could be. But you could only make out the image of what he had on. You couldn't tell. He was like a light. It was a light, but it was a descriptive light. The descriptions of his clothing through the light, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's the glory of God on the angel.
Like I said, that dream was 2 years ago, and the dream I had last night was the first dream I've had in a long time. And then there was that other dream that I had 2 weeks ago when I explained to you when you were telling me to stop playing video games.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, kind of woke up and I was like, yeah, I probably should stop playing video games. That's what I got from that.
I think that was the Lord trying to warn you to focus on Him.
But the dream last night, I was there.
Yeah.
Like a part of me felt like I was in a different place and had been taken to be shown something.
Yeah. Wow. It's more like a vision of what's coming. That reminds me of another little boy had a dream. He was maybe 15. And he was so upset because he saw the tribulation. He saw the great tribulation, and he saw horrible things. And he woke up in a panic, and he said he kept dreaming it. This reminds me of that.